You're funny with friends, quiet at work, and a stranger at family dinners. Have you ever caught yourself mid-sentence, mid-laugh, mid-anything, and thought, wait, who is this person talking? Maybe it's the way your voice changes when a certain friend calls. Maybe it's how confident you feel with one group and how small you feel in another. Maybe it's that you're funny and loud with your friends, but quiet and careful around your family. Or maybe it's the opposite. You're calm with everyone else, but around one specific person, your heart races and your words disappear.
If you've ever felt like you contain multiple versions of yourself, I want you to know something right now. You're not fake. You're not confused. You're not too much or not enough. You're human. And what you're experiencing has a name, a reason, and a story behind it. One that starts long before you even realized it was happening. So let's talk about it. Think about the last time you were with different people. In the same week, with your best friend, you were probably relaxed. You said whatever came to mind. You laughed without thinking about how you sounded.
Then maybe you saw a parent or an old teacher or someone from your past, and suddenly you sat up a little straighter. You chose your words more carefully. Some part of you got quieter, more careful, more on. Nobody told you to do that. You didn't plan it. It just happened. That shift is the thing we're talking about today.
Here's why this matters more than people realize. We like to think of ourselves as one consistent person. Same values, same personality, same me, no matter who's in the room. But the truth is, most of us are shaped like water. We take the form of whatever container we're standing in. And that's not a flaw. It's actually one of the oldest survival tools the human brain has.
Psychologically, this is connected to something called self-concept variability. The idea that we don't have just one self. We have several self-states, and different people activate different ones. But it goes even deeper than that. A lot of this comes from something learned very early, usually in childhood, called relational patterning. Basically, your nervous system learned a long time ago what kind of you kept you safe, loved, or accepted around specific people. If a parent got quiet and distant when you expressed anger, your body learned, don't show anger here. If a friend only responded to you when you were funny and easygoing, your body learned, be the fun one. If someone in your life was unpredictable, maybe even a little scary, your body learned, stay small, stay alert, don't take up space.
You weren't choosing a personality. You were adapting to a person. And your nervous system doesn't forget those lessons, even decades later. Real quick, before we go on, if that explanation just made something click for you, that's exactly what this channel is for. Hit subscribe if you want more of these. Now, let's see what this actually looks like in real life.
Think about someone who becomes unusually quiet around one specific family member. Not because they don't have anything to say, but because some old part of them remembers what happened the last time they did. Or think about someone who becomes the peacekeeper the moment tension rises in a room. Smiling, smoothing things over, cracking a joke, because somewhere along the way, they learned that calm kept everyone safe. Or maybe you know someone who becomes almost a different person in romantic relationships. More anxious, more accommodating, constantly checking in on how the other person feels. Even though with friends, they're completely secure.
That's not inconsistency. That's memory living in the body. And here's the part that hits a little deeper.
A lot of the time, We don't switch selves because of who the other person is. We switch because of who we're afraid they'll become if we show up fully. We're not adjusting to their personality. We're adjusting to a possible reaction, one we learned to predict a long time ago, often from someone who came before them.
That coworker who makes you feel like you have to shrink, maybe they remind your nervous system of someone from years ago who reacted badly to confidence. That partner who makes you feel unusually anxious to please, maybe some early relationship taught you that love had to be earned through performance. We don't just meet people. We meet them through the lens of every person who came before. Here's what most people get wrong about this. They think, if I act differently around different people, I must not know who I really am. But that's backwards. Having different sides of yourself doesn't mean you're fake. It means you're responsive. It means your nervous system is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Reading rooms, reading people, adjusting for safety and connection. The real question isn't, why do I change around people? The real question is, which version of me feels like relief? And which version feels like survival? Because there's a difference between adapting out of comfort and shrinking out of fear. So here's something gentle to sit with. Next time you notice yourself shifting, softer voice, more cautious words, different posture, pause for 1 second and ask yourself, am I adjusting because I feel safe here or because I learned I have to? You don't have to fix it in that moment. You don't have to force yourself to be authentic, like flipping a switch. Just noticing the shift is enough. Noticing is where change quietly begins, because awareness doesn't demand you change instantly. It just stops the pattern from running on autopilot. And maybe that's the real realization here. You're not many people. You're one person, holding many memories of who was safe, who wasn't, who needed you calm, who needed you small, who let you be loud. Every version of you was trying to protect the same heart. So the goal was never to be one unchanging version of yourself in every room. The goal is to notice which rooms let you breathe and slowly, gently spend more time in those. If this made you pause and think about your own relationships, the ones where you feel free and the ones where you feel like you're performing, sit with that for a moment. That awareness alone is the beginning of coming home to yourself. If today brought you clarity, our conversation isn't over yet. Click the video on your screen right now and let's keep healing together.